Welcome to State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato. We are coming to you from the Agnes Varus NJTV studio. It is my honor and my pleasure to welcome for the first time Christine Norbut Beyer, who is Commissioner of New Jersey Department of Children and Families. Good to see you, Commissioner.
Yeah, thank you. Nice meeting you.
Same here. Describe your organization.
So the Department of Children and Families is the cabinet-level department. We are the state agency focused on all things children. And so while we do have protective services, formerly DIFUS, now Child Protection and Permanency, we also run a number of other programs for children, for families, youth, up to age 21, substance abuse, mental health treatment. We do a lot of prevention services. So, we are a lot more than protective services.
Commissioner, I'm curious about this. The most pressing, difficult, perplexing problems facing our most vulnerable children, what are they?
I think one of the challenges that we have in the state right now is that poverty is a big issue for many of the families that we serve within the Division of Child Protection and Permanency, and even in some of our other divisions. And so, there are a lot of issues that happen as a result of that. Some of that is the stress of trying to make ends meet with your family, and so I would say that for children, it's just wanting get the support that they need, or having the support that they need from their families, feeling safe, having their basic needs
Is it
met.
Emotional support, physical, nutrition issues? We're talking all of it.
It's all of the above. Yeah, all of the above.
And is it disproportionately, the children you serve, the families you serve, are they disproportionately socioeconomically in a different place than the latter? Poor?
It depends on the service. I think that there's a misnomer that child welfare or child protective services typically serve low-income families, or that we serve disproportionately in inner cities, and really that's not the case. I mean, unfortunately, child abuse and neglect knows no socioeconomic bounds, and so for protection and permanency, that crosses barriers. But I would say that in some of our other programs, some of our prevention programs, our Division of Community Partnerships, that's where we see families who are struggling financially, who are on public assistance. It's important for us to be able to ensure that young children get to school, early intervention services, and so we partner with a lot of other departments around the state to ensure that young children and families get what they need, so that they're giving kids a good start, so they don't end up getting into our child protection system.
You're listening to Christine Norbut Beyer. She's the Commissioner of the New Jersey Department of Children and Families. This is Steve Adubato, and I'm curious about something. You talk about partnerships and collaboration. I mentioned to you before we got on the air that we've had Cecilia Zalkind. Cecilia was in today, actually taping, right, Jackie? For Advocates for Children of New Jersey.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation about infants and toddlers, 0 to 3, if you will, an initiative we're doing called Right from the Start, NJ. In terms of your department, what is the responsibility and role you have for protecting infants and toddlers? Is there a specific role?
I would say...
Excuse me for interrupting, because I know we had the Commissioner of Health in today. It's broken up. Some of those responsibilities are there. Some of it may be in your area. Some of it may be in other areas of state government. It's fragmented, is it not?
I don't know that I would say it's fragmented. I think
it's complex.
That it is complex, and I think that each of the state departments have a role to play, and when we do it right, we work together in order to ensure that kids 0 to 3 get what they need.
What do they need?
I think that from our perspective in the Department of Children and Families, we're really looking at how do we support parents in that they can give their kids 0 to 3 what they need. Some of that is ensuring that they have protective factors, that they send their kids to early intervention if necessary, that they get to the appropriate medical care, that kids are being seen regularly by pediatricians.
It's preventive.
It's absolutely preventive.
And by the way, you said this, excuse me for interrupting, Commissioner, You said we're beyond child protection. Prevention is the focus.
Yeah. I think that, one of the things that I struggle with and is something that I'm going to have to really work very hard on as the commissioner is the branding of our department. People think DC...
Branding?
The branding, yeah, branding of the Department of Children and Families, because most people in the state believe that DCF is synonymous with Protective Services or DCP&P. Formerly DIFUS.
A lot of acronyms.
Yeah, it's too many acronyms. But it's child protection. And so when they hear DCF, they think automatically child protection, foster care,
There must
adoption.
be an abuse situation, and they're
That's
coming
right.
in, the state's coming in to quote-unquote
That's
protect
right.
that child.
Yeah, and so...
And that's part of what you do.
That is, and it's an important part of what we do, but it's not the only thing we do. And so that's when families are deeper into the system or after the fact. And so, a lot of our focus is about how do we prevent child abuse and neglect? How do we ensure that families have what they need, that parents have the education, the supports, the programs and services that they need in order to be able to keep their kids safe. And so our focus really is going to be about prevention. And, one of the ways that states' child welfare is funded in states traditionally has been when kids are in foster care.
That's right.
And then the federal government gives money to the states to
After the
take care
fact.
of those children in care. And so there really has never been a mechanism to draw down dollars specifically for prevention. And that changed in February of this past year, of this year,
What changed?
2018. There was a new federal law passed called Family First Prevention Act. And so that will give states the opportunity to draw down dollars for prevention services so that we can actually provide services to kids in home, to their families in home before things get to the point of removal being necessary or before an imminent risk.
Commissioner, before I let you out, Commissioner Christine Norbut Beyer, Commissioner of New Jersey Department of Children and Families. I'm curious about this on a personal level. How'd you get into this whole thing? Why do you care so much?
How did I get into this?
The Reader's Digest version. I'm going old school on you.
Yeah, do you know what? Well, I will tell you that I went to Stockton. I graduated from Stockton.
And you went to Rutgers as well.
And I went to Rutgers with an MSW, bachelor's
Yes,
from Stockton.
we were not there the same years, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. Maybe close.
Go ahead.
And I was a marketing major. I went to school as a marketing major, and I got a D in marketing my freshman year.
What?
And I decided I needed to rethink my plan.
That's what...
And so as a result of that, I started always interested in social issues, social justice. And so I took some social work classes, and I fell in love, and
Is
the rest is history.
Sorry for doing that, because they're like, you got to go to a break. I said, I want to know more. I'm sorry. Commissioner, thank you so much.
Yeah,
We appreciate
thank
it.
you. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
Listen,
it.
we're right back with State of Affairs right after this.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by Summit Medical Group, Wells Fargo, the Russell Berry Foundation, Georgian Court University, the Turrell Fund, supporting Right from the Start NJ, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor,